Oh my gosh. This thing's going hundreds of thousands of dollars per coin, Charles. I mean, the US government is in so much debt. The way I think about Bitcoin's price equals technology plus fiat liquidity. So it's going to go up because it's innovative tech and it's better money. But what really shoots it up at a neck-breaking pace is when our government is tens of trillions of dollars in debt and has to roll that debt over. So they got a lot of money to print and financial assets are going to soar. And Bitcoin goes up the most because it's the hardest to make more of. It's over, man. This thing's going to the moon.
Holy crap, I thought we were just at pawn to e4, but looks like game over, says Jack Mallers. And you know what? It looks like the math may check out. Look at this. This level was last seen during the financial crisis. 9% of bonds are due to mature within the next 2 years. High interest rates will make it harder to refinance. Here is the percentage of bonds maturing in the next 2 years. Again, the highest level since the great financial crisis. Looks like money printer is set to go burr. Is this checkmate? Let's find out. We got a lot to cover. Let's get it.
You know, so interesting, too, because it's not just the U.S. I was just reading today, globally, these countries, these advanced nations, and all this fiat currency are going to have to spend $2 trillion on the interest alone, and they won't stop spending, Jack. They just won't stop spending money, and it's coming back to haunt them, and it's coming back to maybe people realizing fiat currency is not the place to be, huh?
Charles, this would be my message to America. Give me a second on this one. Guys, the U.S. government's got about $10 trillion over the next 2 years to roll over, refinance. That's debt. Our country's in debt. It's a huge problem. They got 3 options. 1, they could pay it back. It's not a real option because we don't got the money. We're broke. 2, our government could come out, Charles, and say, you know what, guys? We screwed up. After World War II, we changed the way money worked. We got off the gold standard. We issued debt all over the place. We got way too cocky. And actually, all of our banks don't have your money. They're insolvent. All the airlines you fly and travel on aren't actually good businesses that should be in business. Healthcare shouldn't actually be free. We screwed up. We piled on so much debt and screwed up the younger generation, and we're in huge trouble. So we're going to have to let everything fail and reset this country. Now, they're not going to do that, are they, Charles? They have third option, which is unique to the government. They could print the money that they're missing. And when they print the money that they're missing, they're stealing from all the people that hold U.S. dollars. And so what they'll do, they'll have to do is print dollars. And the only way to save yourself is own not dollars. And that's when you see things like the S&P 500 and gold and Bitcoin soar. And so that's what's going to happen over the next 2 years. They got to print 3 times more than they did during COVID.
I love your enthusiasm, Jack. We're going to bring you back. We really do love your enthusiasm and your message. Thanks a lot for sharing it with us. Thanks a lot.
Cheers, honey.
All right, buddy.
All right, Jack Mallers always has a way with words, and after hearing all that, man, you got to be feeling like this right now. But hey, looks like the proof may be in the pudding as bank lending has fallen off a cliff, officially in contraction territory. Only happened once since 1955. Oh yeah, the great financial crisis. History is rhyming so freaking hard right now. And exactly, we all know how that played out. And everyone seems to be waking up to the fact that Bitcoin is a safe haven. We've been telling you, and not to mention what happened to Binance recently. All these major movements looks like a setup for the Bitcoin ETF to go live. Maybe Larry Fink got what he wanted. I mean, if we look back, they're all starting to realize the economic calamity that is here. We got tons of episodes you guys can go check out of different macro heavyweights or former TradFi fiat people that have come around to Bitcoin, realizing its benefit and realizing if they don't adopt it, they're going to lose. And this is what Jack Mallers is talking about. The piece is already set. It's just letting the game play out because Bitcoin by design is just fundamentally better and its incentives are too strong to deny. So strong that, you know, you guys, you remember that one time that the Blackrock dude determined that the most optimal Bitcoin allocation was like 85%. That was cool. Pretty sure he was onto something, and so was Jack Mallers and all the moves they've been making as a company and others in the Bitcoin space, continuing to push forward in the bear market, continuing to build, continuing to spread the sound money gospel, and continuing to win despite everyone's attempts to stop Bitcoin. Well, here we are. What did we just pump to 38K today? So go fuck yourselves. And what I love about Mallers is throughout the time he's come on repeatedly and educated the media on their idiotic Bitcoin fun. Let's roll the tape on a few of these. God, I don't know how he does it. How do you keep from telling these people to just have fun staying poor? Props to you, Jack.
You say that it's because this is the way the software is written and it is immutable, it is unchangeable. why couldn't the software be rewritten, or why couldn't the authors of the software or the guardians of the software write a new software that creates Bitcoin 2.0 with another fixed supply of Bitcoin? Why is the supply fixed? And is that because someone says it's fixed who could change their mind?
And so when I see Balaji and others saying Bitcoin's going to go to $1 million, it may go up, but that may be because of the Fed's response here. The 2010s were not hyperinflationary. There's no obvious reason why now would be hyperinflationary either.
65,000, and now it's down at 30. I mean, that's hard to swallow if you bought it at 60, 65, believing the people who said it was going to go to $1 million.
Yeah. So, Tyler, I run Bitcoin software, and someone tried to do this. I want you to Google Bitcoin Cash after this interview is over. Someone said, I want to change the rules of Bitcoin. I may want to create more of a supply. I may want to make it faster. I may want to make it do a backflip. I may make it want to store pictures of monkeys drilling on themselves on the blockchain. And they created it, and they created new rules, and they called it Bitcoin Cash. It's a different asset. It's a different instrument. And when someone tries to pay me in it, my software rules that I run in my home in a room over there says, nope, that's invalid. That thing is a piece of poop, and I don't accept it because it is invalidating the rules of the system that were set out by Satoshi Nakamoto over a decade ago. So you can create whatever you want. You want to create FedNow coin, flip a Dookie coin. I don't care. There's 21 million of the things that I run and that I protect and that I save in. And those rules were started a long time ago. And that's what the network runs. So if you change the rules, you're creating a different monetary asset and a different instrument. It doesn't matter. No, it's a great point and question, Tyler. It's because it's written in the software and the software is distributed. There is no one person to ask. There is no one person to trust. The whole decentralization, is it decentralized so that you could put pictures and NFTs on the blockchain? Is it decentralized so that you could fix gaming? No, it's decentralized so that the defendants of the monetary policy are distributed, is so that it's a network of computers that actually defend the policy and the instrumentation of the monetary asset. That is not the case for Ethereum. That is not the case for any other altcoin. That is not the case for the US dollar. That is not the case for Miami real estate. That is not the case for precious metals. It is the only monetary instrument that has its monetary policy distributed and defended in a sound way.
Forgive me for being dense.
Yeah, so Kelly, it's actually not that complicated, and I'm excited to try and convey that to America. There's a market term that's used here in Chicago a lot, is demand finds supply. What do I mean by that? If Ken Griffin is going to want to buy the most expensive condo in America, someone will build it for him. Someone will put a 201st floor in Miami's tallest building. If silver's going to 1000x, I will walk into my kitchen right now. I will melt all my silverware and I will sell it at market. If gold is going to rally, Elon Musk will find more on Mars. Bitcoin this is a super important point. Bitcoin is the only monetary instrument in the history of our species that is fixed. It does not matter how much more demand comes into the asset class, Kelly. No one will ever be able to make more of it. There are two things I can guarantee you in my life. One, that I'll die, and the other, that there will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin. And those are what's the two things that I can only value as my life and my Bitcoin. So it is the only fixed supply asset, Kelly. It's not that complicated. It's going to go up because everything else can be issued more. Yeah, well, ask Silicon Valley Bank how hard it was to swallow high interest rates. I mean, if you live in an era of monetary policy that since 1971 is the Federal Reserve Central Bank in coordination sometimes with our government, just creates money out of thin air and then shrinks liquidity out of thin air. We have boom and bust in the economy. Banks go under. We have hyperinflation in emerging markets and record inflation in the U.S. What do you want Bitcoin to do about that? That's not Bitcoin's problem. All Bitcoin has done, if you average Bitcoin out, if you take a zoom out and you're looking to hold and save and accrue wealth, traditionally that's been done in things like real estate. Recently, it's been done in things like Apple stock because the dollar has been so poorly performant. It's done a tremendous job. It cannot solve the problems that central banking has created in the just volatile, what we all have to go through in interest rate rises, zero interest rate environments. There's nothing Bitcoin could do about that. But what it can do is consistently persist and appreciate against the US dollar, which it's done a phenomenal job at. I mean, Bitcoin at $30,000 right now is a tremendous achievement for this asset class. And we're on the cusp of Blackrock and an ETF. This is a huge deal. I don't know anyone that holds Bitcoin that has an issue with that. The US government, you either got to default on it or deflate it. And so they're backstopping everything. The spigots are wide open. Money printer is going burr. So it doesn't matter where your monies are held, is that the government's going to make you whole on it no matter what. So who cares? The only thing that's clear to us and clear to our customers is you cannot hold and save in dollars anymore. I think that there's going to be a new era of the US dollar where inflation will enter a normalized 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10%. The days of 2% inflation are over.
What if you're wrong, Jack? Because the market is.
We have to backstop these things with new money. And you're seeing risk on assets, you're seeing scarce assets actually be big winners here. So you could call it inflation because the CPI is a load of nonsense, right? Like the government's going to tell me how the dollar is inflating based on a basket of instruments. Like my Netflix subscription or my Caesar salad doesn't actually tell me how well the dollar is doing or how much it's being devalued. Miami real estate does. Bitcoin does. Bitcoin's up over 50% this year.
Yeah.
You're telling me that the dollar's not inflating? You're out of your mind. I'm not listening to that. The Fed and the whole monetary system is based on trust, and they constantly break that trust. It'd be the equivalent of there's a fire outside of my house. I smell the smoke, and someone's telling me, no, it's just a bunch of teenagers putting on a bonfire. Okay, but I hear one siren. I hear one police siren.
Yeah.
Are you sure it's a bonfire? Yeah, it's a bonfire. Now I hear 10 sirens, 100 sirens. Now my whole community is running out. I'm not going to get up and look outside the window, Kelly, and see what's going on. I don't believe them for a second. You've got to be absolutely crazy to believe the Federal Reserve right now. They're full of it, and I don't have to because I own Bitcoin. There's no one that could deflate my instrument. I get to hold it, save in it. I know the monetary policy. I sleep like a baby, like the baby face that I am.
Jack?
I think you're crazy if you believe the Fed and these swap lines and treating these assets at par. It's a gimmick. It's a scam.
Such a great metaphor for Bitcoin is chess, and it's playing 4D, 8D, 12D chess on so many levels, eradicating all these centralized institutions that have stolen from you, stolen your time and wealth, and basically held you as a wage fiat slave for way too long. And now their house of cards is all about to come crumbling down, and there's nothing they can do about it besides buy Bitcoin. Guys, Simply Bitcoin originals are powered by the Bitcoin Way, and if you want to take self-custody, get your Bitcoin off those exchanges, well, as your dedicated Bitcoin IT team, the Bitcoin Way is here to guide you from start to finish on your journey to properly self-custody your Bitcoin. What's more, they've recently introduced 100% privacy-focused collaborative custody services where you'll benefit from advanced multi-sig security, inheritance planning, and much more while remaining 100% in control. Looking to get started or take your Bitcoin setup to the next level? Book a free 30-minute call using that link below. Man, you see those things and you just see the complete failure of the media over the past, well, like 14 years, but not to mention the things that have occurred over just the past 3 years, the onslaught of authoritarianism, the partnership between the government and the media to censor people they just don't agree with or share inconvenient truths that will challenge their narrative. And just a reminder, the mainstream media is becoming more irrelevant by the day. Just check out this clip from Dana White. He gets it.
Especially the media. If the media tells you you've got something that's going to fail, it's definitely going to fucking win. The media are the dumbest, know nothing, do nothing, never fucking built nothing motherfuckers on planet Earth. So when they say it isn't going to work, you got a fucking home run, man. You know what I mean? Jump in and grind. The media, these guys, think about who these people are. When you really think about the media, who are they? Where did they come from? Why does their opinion matter? What have they ever done? What have they ever created? What have they ever built? Who's ever depended on a paycheck from the media? Nobody. They are a bunch of fucking zeros that sit around and write stories about people who are actually doing shit.
And guys, while the mainstream media and the shit corners have continued to fail you, peddle you lies, disinformation, and misinformation, you can get the truth right here at Simply Bitcoin and stop following shit corners and get the real signal. We told you this would happen for months when it comes to Binance. All these shitcoin casinos are going to zero. FTX, Binance, Coinbase, Gemini, they're all scams. It's by design. We're going to get into more of what happened with Binance tomorrow. But if you need a reminder of who was telling you all these things months before it happened, instead of peddling you and trying to get you to buy these scams, they're stealing from you. There's a reason the DOJ and these people came after him, not only to benefit probably Larry Fink and Blackrock, but because they were shady. They were running a scam. They even said it in their own words. They were running unregistered securities exchange. But hey, here is the saga so we can get you up to date for tomorrow.
We want to be transparent. We want to set the golden standard for reliability, solidness in this space.
So do it. Would you be able to handle it if somebody asked you for $2.1 billion back? Would that be okay? Would you be able to still withstand things?
We're financially okay.
Including you have $2.1 billion to give away. If somebody came to claw that back, you'd still be fine?
We'll let the lawyers handle it. We are financially strong.
The equities market. And so what Brian Armstrong somehow did, to his own fault, and that's why I'm calling him out, is he tried to replicate the equities market. He found his business advantage as I'm a first mover. I was here first. I have the most licenses. And sure, Jack, you can sell Bitcoin, but I sell Algorand coin and Pink coin and Left Sock coin and barbecue chicken coin. And so you can never compete with me because I've built this regulatory moat and this first mover advantage. And what he's done is he's built a proxy long positions on altcoins, which make no sense, right? And he's replicated the equities market.
So Binance.us has no Bitcoin. As soon as it's deposited to Binance.us, it's sent to Binance International, where it's completely out of the hands of US regulators.
It's very interesting that Binance knew exactly which strings to pull when the FTX collapsed. It's almost like they have intimate knowledge of the workings of the company because they're probably doing it themselves. So funds not Safu.
Coinbase seems to be a potential target, especially since CEO Brian Armstrong was one of the first to report on the staking crackdown. All centralized protocols will be labeled unregistered securities.
So I'm not saying like CZ has an agenda or is bad or whatever. I'm just saying like there's obviously periods where their proof of reserve wallets have changed. They've switched them up. They've commingled corporate funds and recovery funds. And customer funds, and then admitted to it. And I raised that up, and people were like, FUD. And I'm like, guys, like,
buy Bitcoin, earn Bitcoin, mine Bitcoin, take that Bitcoin into self-custody and forget about it. As a Bitcoiner, you will be watching from the sidelines with your popcorn saying, I can get cheaper Bitcoin now because of this disaster that they caused.
Crypto giant Binance moved $400 million from U.S. partner to firm managed by CZ himself. This sounds a lot like the insider movements from FTX to Alameda. On one occasion, Binance only had $100 million in stored collateral to support $1.7 billion in Binance pegged USDC.
We're financially okay. People can withdraw 100% of the assets they have on Binance. We will not have an issue in any given day. So 100% of the users withdraw 100% of the assets, we'll be fine.
Binance halts deposits and withdrawals for customers in the UK after its local banking partner stopped providing support for transactions in British pounds. Breaking news, Bloomberg, Coinbase gets SEC notice signaling intent to sue over crypto offerings.
You guys do not use Coinbase. Delete Coinbase. They base their business model on a faulty.
Shit.
Yeah, exactly. Literally better than I could have said it.
Over here on Twitter, we've got Wolf, who's talking about the Binance is being sued by the CTFC USA for basically having secret in-house trading desk with 300 accounts.
Today, the SEC sues another major crypto exchange, this time Coinbase. Crypto markets whipsaw following the SEC's latest enforcement actions.
It's not great to have a regulator sort of come back later and say, actually, we changed our mind. This is already
Brian,
a
they
public
didn't
company.
change their mind. We had John Stark, the former SEC Office of Internet Enforcement Chief for 11 years. He was on earlier. He said it's very specific that in the IPO, the SEC does not approve these things. And it says very specifically they could come back and say that there is additional regulation that's required, or additional disclosures, or additional filings. And I think what they're very specific about is you call yourself an exchange, you call yourself a broker-dealer when it comes to prime. Those are things that you need to register for if you're going to be either an exchange or a broker-dealer, just like the NASDAQ or the NYSE would have to.
Your move, because I think you fucked up. I think you recreated an equities brokerage and you didn't learn anything from the past, and you didn't take the time to understand Bitcoin. And the same brand that Mark Zuckerberg has that's so tarnished, now you have. Bitcoin core developers hate you. Bitcoiners hate you. You have to act against the best interest of those that very built this industry by listing shit coins and going against everything that we always say and all the forks that we're going to break this industry. You have to support, because the fundamental flaw in which you built your business on, and you fucked up. And it's been long enough, and I'm sick of it. And I finally got old enough and in my mid to late 20s to build my own company and call your bluff. Maybe Brian Armstrong thought he had 3 to 5 years to figure this out. Well, guess what, dude? You got 3 to 5 weeks and you're fucked.
You were warned, shitcoiners. We'll say it until we're blue in the face. Don't shitcoin. That is bad for you. Look at this. There's the lifeboat. It's right there. All you have to do is just opt in, get on board, save in Bitcoin, become wealthy, pursue your dreams. That easy. And that's why Bitcoin can't be stopped. The incentives are too strong, and look what's coming our way. As Waller said, we're going to 6 figures and beyond. Bitcoin having 5 months. Bitcoin ETF deadlines in less than 2 months. The ship is sailing. You better catch up. And ladies and gentlemen, Unconfiscatable is approaching. Make sure you get those tickets. Come see us there. It's going to be a lot of fun. This is the greatest ad I've ever seen. Guys, make sure you get there. We're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be super dope. Anytime you're around Bitcoiners, it's like this aura emanates. So make sure you get there. Hey guys, you want to keep helping us in this information war? Like, subscribe, share the Sound Money Gospel. Follow us on Twitter where we're getting out all the latest news. Set those notifications because we have so much content coming your way on a daily basis. And hey, just a reminder in case people forgot, if you're out there and you're a scammer, you're using Bitcoin to promote your shitcoinery, or you're a statist, the cyber hornets are coming for you. And here's a pleasant reminder that an idea whose time has come cannot be stopped. I'll catch you all tomorrow. We got a lot of news coming this weekend. Hope you had an amazing Thanksgiving and didn't go complete savage on your whole family. Maybe you did the easy orange pilling, not the clockwork orange pill method. It's frowned upon. I've seen it highly effective. To each their own. But hey, I'll catch you all tomorrow. Peace.
If you prefer to go down with the ship, fuck you.